Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the adieu and kindly view me on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am the Grumpy Vlogger. Oh, that did that do that? No. Let's do this. Here we go. Let's do that. All right. Okay, so I didn't have that stinger set up yet, but hey, it was working an hour ago. It was working 30 minutes ago. But anyways, let me do this. Let's try this. Stringer 2 and see what happens with that one. You know, hey, yeah, I'm getting there. But let's see if this works. With luck, my co-host will be here. With not, I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. So we'll see. There he is. Hey, it's Mr. Chris Hope. Let me get your audio on there, buddy. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I'm good, Mr. Lloyd. How you doing, sir?
I'm here. Obviously, my intro didn't work quite right. I got to go back and look at that stringer. So, anyways, guys, some of you guys were watching him build this. Nate over at Interactive DNA built this for me, along with the opening credit, that the transition, and yeah, for some reason I just didn't. I thought I had that all saved and set right, but you know, it's last minute I was getting this. He'd sent this earlier to me today, and Steve Carpenter said, "Well, you should have it." It was in my spam folder, and I didn't look there. So,
Not a good
Chris,
place for it.
yeah, it's a terrible place for it because it's a really great piece of art.
It's
He
surely not spam. It's not
No,
spam
it
the
is
can
not.
I'm used to.
It's not spam in a can. No, as a matter of fact, he took Grant's logo and did this with it. You know, so.
Pretty
But
cool.
anyways, yeah, Chris Hope's in here. Yeah. He's well, Mel was running late. And well, actually, he called me earlier today. He didn't even know if he's going to make it to see it live, and he's actually driving now. So he's yeah. So he's got a lot going on there. But man, I don't have anything exciting. I just did Mel's show last night. Was that last night? Yeah. And
Yeah.
I haven't got a chance to, other than my studio, you know, I mean, I got this new look on my studio that I've been working on all day. And so, you know, been trying to get that transition to work right. And it works. It's just my knowledge. I had to learn how to set up what's called a stinger. And I thought I had the transition to go right. And instead, what it did is it restarted. So, I don't know. But, so who all do we need to say? We got a bunch of people in here tonight. Let me remember everybody to put that on a live chat because otherwise you miss something. What happened with drone worship? Well, Dan, I hate that you're leaving. Did you?
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Claude says he wants a new one. I thought I saw I got timed out, but I don't know what happened. But it looks like we got Matt. Anyways, Dan, you're welcome to stay. Okay, and because he's been very welcoming to me on his channel, and so. But Brent Nunley. Okay, let's start at the top. Let's.
There you go.
It's the best way to do it. Okay, we got Grant. We got Drone Worship. Let me see what. Proud myself, guys. That's good. I didn't have to. That's just his twisted sense of humor. Okay, I understand it. We've talked about it, so it's. I understand that, But if you guys aren't comfortable with what he said, yeah, that's okay. Anyways, Grant, Steve Carpenter, you made it. I saw that you've been busy today. He's been all over the place. And Rick Halber, Drone Effects with Claude, Mark Rogers, Sonia, Nature's Beauty, Artco Drone Solutions, Chris Hope, I mentioned Rick, Mark Rogers. I'm glad to see Mark in here. And 400 AGL, we cannot forget about Mel, my usual co-host, but he just he's working today. He's and we got Jim Hightower, and of course you, Chris, which is always appreciated. And Sonia, did I miss anybody so far? Brent Nunley, yes. Let's see, and Steve Carpenter. I think, of course, Dan with Drone Worship, the Executioner. I got to make sure I don't get those two mixed. And of course, our token millennial, good old Matt, Oklahoma Droner. Got to have him in here.
Matt, hello.
Phantom Hodges Drone is in here. Is that it? I think, Ted 10 just jumped in. All right. Okay, guys. Flood update.
Yeah, flood. That's one of the main topics, Lloyd.
Yeah, that it is receding. They've just opened up the highway to, I do not have that. I hadn't got everything transferred over because I've been working on this graphic stuff today instead of doing what I should be doing, which is actually getting ready for the show. Trying to make it all look pretty and screwed up. The floodwaters have started receding. They're going down. The highways are starting to open back up. We have rain and thunderstorms tonight, so it's iffy if we get to stay on, and that's providing YouTube or my internet doesn't crap out. I've got to call into the Suddenlink, which is my service provider, because I'm getting this iffy internet again. So I said, you guys are going to come out here and you're going to trace it down until you figure out what's doing it, because I've replaced everything, and most of it at my expense. So,
of course,
naturally. So, I see Michael from MRC Snowmobiles. He's here. All right. So, Rick, what exciting things are going on in your life?
Well, just everyday stuff for me. Work, granddaughters and grandson playing t-ball and softball, so that's kind of why I haven't been here on Monday nights. But we had no game tonight.
Oh, well,
so it worked out good for us. But
yeah, it was fortuitous. You were the first one I called, and you said yes right, or I texted, and you said yes right away. Yeah. So, I didn't have to wait until I got to the bottom of the list and called Greg from Oz by Drone, an hour before it's time to get on, like he does me.
Right. yeah. Hey, man, you need to get on here right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You give me at least 8 hours, so we're good.
Yeah, I tried. I started out early today, but yeah. So how's the weather been down in your part of the country? I saw that some tornadoes in your area.
Yeah, first Monday Trades Day is about 30 miles north of us, and I guess it was last Tuesday or Wednesday, they had some tornadoes again. 2 years ago, they had tornadoes there that tore the crap out of it and killed a few people. But this one, they just kind of bumped it, I guess you'd call it.
Right.
Tore up some stuff. But, there in Maybank, the Cedar Creek Country Club, that housing addition took a real big hit.
Yeah, yeah.
But so far, it's just rain, man. Just pretty much like everybody across the United States.
And there is Miss Lori. Mrs. Hightower has joined us.
All right, the boss,
The boss, yeah.
Jim's boss.
Yeah, the one, Jim's boss. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But, oh man, this has been just such crazy weather. Let me see if I can bring up some video. The thing was is I had it set up, but let's see what that is. No, that's not it. Oh, I do know where they are.
You got them? You found them?
Well, yeah, I can get to them. Let's put it that way. I can. Where is that one at? Where'd it go? Is that it? Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead. This is gonna be my video for tomorrow, but I'm gonna go ahead and let me get in front of my mic again. But let me transition this over here. There is zero sound, but this is the reason why I am a vlogger and not a droner, because you'll see my flying skills are yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, I think the mail said you need to fly more.
I do need to fly more. I need to fly a lot more. So, but this is the yeah, okay. Yeah. We are over near the trailer park that usually floods, and for some reason it went everywhere but there. It broke out, and some of it's receding, and man, I was just scared to death of these power lines, and it just I was uncomfortable, guys, because I didn't have a spotter. I was over here. Plus, people were going back and forth in between. I was on the side of the road. There was a pull off there that but I was just real concerned, about,
Yeah, they were actually.
people coming through.
That's being a good pilot, man.
And I got to tell you this story. Okay, so I'm getting ready to. Yeah, we're getting. I notice I'm in the yellow right now, so I hope it's not streaming. It's streaming okay. But now, almost straight back there is the river. Now you'll see a bunch of tree lines. You see the brown in the. You see the trailers.
Right.
Then you see the one tree line. Then you see the brown. Then you see the second tree line. And then across from that, you see that last tree line right there in front. In between those two tree lines is where it's supposed to be. All of that beyond is where it's not supposed to be, out there by the stacks and stuff. And this was just, and this was when it was starting to come down. This is where it started to recede a little bit. And because the highway bridge back over there, that was shut down, and back over there where where that one plant is where my son's boat is at, and it's a total loss. Yeah. And it's not much of a video, but okay, I got to tell you guys this. Do what?
I was going to ask you, the power plant, it's a coal burner, right?
Yeah.
Did it shut down?
No, it never did.
Right,
it never did. No, it never shut down. Well, I'd say it's a coal burner. They got coal pits there. I assume that it's a coal burner.
It looks like one.
Now, you guys might have seen that video that I showed of the paper mill. Well, it's over on that right-hand side there, those three stacks. But let's see.
Water everywhere.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I was pretty far away from it. I needed to have gotten higher up, like Mel said, but I was just doing this. I'm going to get some more, hopefully this weekend, if it's not pouring down rain. And but I was just getting ready, and that's part of why I was nervous. I was just doing the compass dance, okay, and I'd done the first turnaround of the compass dance, okay, and just as I'm getting turned back around, here comes this SUV pulling up, and this guy pulls up, and there's a little old man in it, and he's got this little mailer card in his hand, and he says, "Could you tell me where the Cherokee Casino is at?"
Oh.
And I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "If you go out back up this road," and you saw that white vehicle that passed behind earlier, if you go back up that road and keep going, you go out there to the highway, you take a right onto that highway, and you go until you see the water. It's under that. And he goes, "Huh?" He says, "But I got this coupon for free waffle breakfast, and I'm supposed to get it today." And I said, "Sir, they're not going to be serving any waffles today." He says, "Why not?" I said, "They're underwater." I said, "Literally, they're under." "Well, that didn't say so on the news." I said, "Well, sir, I'm sorry about that. I'll make sure they know that they should have, yeah, bring a kayak if you're going to go to the casino." Exactly.
That,
This
make
poor old
sure you
guy.
put your life jacket.
That poor old guy, I had the hardest time convincing him. I hope he made it home because, to be honest with you, that old boy shouldn't have been driving. I mean, he just shouldn't have been driving.
He found his way to the casino, though. Free
Yeah,
breakfast.
well, he was lost because he was really on the back roads where I was at. I don't know how he got there, but he kept saying, "Where's that casino?" It wasn't in the news. You know, like, really?
Free
You know,
rock.
now yeah, free
Mark
water
Rogers.
with the breakfast at the
Free
casino.
water.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Matt says you got sexy legs, Lloyd.
yeah, I just saw that. I just saw what he wrote. I thought, what in God's name is he? I'm looking down, I was like, "Oh, how's that?" And then I just happened to look over and see at the previous screen. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yes. And
But
Steve Carter wrote up here, says, Lloyd, we're having internet speed problems here and across the country ever since YouTube went down.
yeah, I don't know.
I did some funky stuff yesterday, it sounds like.
Oh, it did. Art and I were supposed to do a show yesterday, and we were just right in the middle of it, and all of a sudden my internet goes down. Then, so I reboot everything. Art says he can't get in, and we were connected. He says, "Well, I'm going to reboot," and so we couldn't get connected to each other. And then, and yeah, it is fishing weather, but there's no place I would put a boat in right now. There's
No
just,
doubt.
yeah, no, there's
Too much water.
you drag in a few dead cows and stuff like that, because there's people that's lost their whole herds. They've just got washed away, and it's a lot of money. So, but yeah, you'll see that video and a couple other things that I've got that I'm gonna put up probably Wednesday this week. Go up Tuesday night, Wednesday, because I've been working on getting this set up, and Nay has been good enough to do all this fancy stuff for me, and I thought, well, I'm going to put it into to action. I got to admit, I like that up there.
Yeah,
Gives-
that's very nice. It's very nice.
But but yeah. So Chris, when you go start doing your own well, you've been doing live streams, haven't you?
I just do them on Sunday mornings with the Sunrise guys to fly
Right,
with on Sunday.
right. Yeah.
That's probably my only live stream.
I've caught a few of those. It's only because I hadn't been to bed yet.
I thought you was gonna say because you got up went to the bathroom.
No, I just hadn't been to sleep yet.
That's what I told Paul. So I got up yesterday morning and I couldn't go back to sleep. I just stayed up and watched the whole game.
Oh,
Then
did
it's
you?
my turn to fly. Yeah, then it's my turn to fly. 4:00 came early yesterday morning.
Actually, I caught. Who did I catch yesterday? Dennis Lovelady. I saw Dennis
Yeah, Dennis.
Lovelady.
you
Yeah,
on, Dennis.
that's right. Yeah. Man, I've lost track of what day it is. It's like, well, a couple weeks ago, I had a tooth pulled. Now, this is something for you. I go to the VA dentist. So, the day I was supposed to go get my permanent crowns put in for down here, they called and said, hey, we're canceling all appointments with the tornadoes and the floods. You know, we're sending everybody home before the floodwaters get worse. Okay.
Right.
I said, we'll reschedule you. And I said, okay. And so they rescheduled me for the 3rd of June, which was today. So I said, okay, cool. Hello, Jody. I see Jody's in here. And, pardon me. But, anyways, so they set it up for the 3rd, and okay, I can wait till then. But I'd been having this tooth problem ever since I've passed out and hit the floor. I started having a tooth problems, and what I ended up doing was I cracked the root of the tooth, and but it was hurting, and I just couldn't. I didn't know what it was for sure. So, anyways, I said, well, okay, I'll just go into the emergency side tomorrow. And well, they said, hey, we got cancer. So I called them the next day, and they said, yeah, we're open. Well, for emergencies, I said, well, I'll be there. And I said, well, actually, we don't have anybody coming in, so you might as well if you're in town. I said, sure. So they set me up an appointment. Doctor looked at, took the tooth out. They said, okay, so we're going to reschedule you to come in next week for these crowns because we got plenty of openings. All right. Well, then last Wednesday, we had tornadoes and street flooding. So I wasn't going to leave Judy here by herself.
No.
And in the meantime, they called and she says, well, I'll reschedule it for the 3rd of June. She says, you've got that appointment ready? I said, sure, I'll take it. Well, then she says, oh, I'm sorry. Somebody's already taken that spot. Okay,
Awesome.
whatever. So then they call me up on Friday and say, hey, we got a cancellation for the spot on the 3rd of June. Do you want it? And I said, what time? 7:15. I said, I'll take it, whatever. Then I went out, and Saturday I got 2 letters from the VA. One saying they'd canceled my appointment for the 3rd of June. 2 saying they just rescheduled my appointment for the 3rd of June. The reason I couldn't get my appointment on the 3rd of June was because I already had it. Now, this was government paperwork going back and forth, and I was the person that had it in the first place.
Yeah.
Jiminy.
Typical government funding.
Government, yeah. It's the military for you, I'm telling you.
Crazy. That is crazy, man.
Oh, there's Thunderbird 6. Hello. How you doing?
Thunderbird. Afternoon.
And Cardoso's in here.
Oh, Cardoso, he put out a good one yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's got the touch, man. He's smooth as butter, is what I told him.
Yeah, he does. He does some beautiful stuff. Yeah, and yes, I did see what you said, Claude. It is your fault for putting me to sleep.
Yeah. Hey, Mayo made it to his motel. He's fixing to go get him a burger and a beer.
A burger and a beer.
Can't say I blame you, buddy.
Yeah. He's had one of those days. It's been, yeah. But,
oh, you're very welcome, Cardoso. No problem, buddy. Just telling the truth.
I was going to ask, hey, Matt, do you have any flooding where you were at, or just tornadoes?
Matt's been building a house. I wonder how far along you. Tell us how far along you're on your house there, Matthew.
I don't think the last I heard, he wasn't very far because of the bad weather. And,
right. Yeah, I knew wintertime kind of get him a little bit.
Just tornadoes? Okay. Yeah. Muskogee got most of the flooding in Oklahoma. I mean, the largest portion of it. So.
What's up, Jim Crennan? Yeah, we was in
Oh, hey,
we
Jim.
went up
How you doing?
Rogers, Arkansas, the weekend that all that rain hit, and kind of drove home in some of it. And then the next week, I seen on the news this submarine Muskogee, Oklahoma started floating. I said, "Oh my lord!" Then you
Yeah,
put that out there.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
pretty crazy.
It was. They were really lucky. They thought it had broke loose, but it didn't.
Right. That's
And
good.
yeah, and I saw something the other day, and it just okay. Any of you that's lived in this kind of weather either had floods or tornadoes or something. There's always somebody's got to say something about it. You know whose fault it is, whatever. But I don't know who these nutters are, but they are some knotheads that sit around and look at videotapes and then splice it together from all the news agencies and tell us how it's, some conspiracy by the government and how, like the barges that hit that dam down there. They've got some idiots got some long drawn out explanation, and people write and says, well, it's just like, folks, don't write that crap unless you've lived through something like that. You don't have any, and most of these guys weren't from this part of the country, and they
Right.
don't even need to be running their mouths, They just, I don't care, conservative, liberal, libertarian, the Rainbow Brigade. I don't give a frick. Just keep your opinions to yourself unless you've lived through something like it, you know?
Oh, most of them have not.
And that's it. This is the third flood in my lifetime that I've been through.
We've I've been fortunate enough my whole life. I told somebody today I live on a sand hill, and it's like 300 foot to clay where I live. So we're pretty high up. So I don't see that. We see the occasional creek flooding because the culvert stopped up or something like that.
Right,
But
right.
I don't see it unless I watch it on TV.
Well, I mean, it didn't get right up to my house, by no means. But my cousin, and I'm frustrated because I did not get that picture put over on the computer, but it will be in my video that goes up. What it is, what do you write up? We'll have to have been
Oh,
around for
Matt,
what, 300 years or
Matt.
so? That
At
went
least,
over my.
Matthew. Hey, Jim Crennan's in the
Oh,
house.
I've
Hey,
been
Jim.
around for at least 300 years. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, actually, this is the second one in Oklahoma I've been through, and the one in Denver in 1965. Now that was a unbelievable
What
flooding.
year, Lloyd?
1965.
Okay. Well, I can honestly say this. I won't remember that one.
I remember it well.
Uh,
Denver was
I'm
cut
gonna
in half. Yeah.
I'm gonna plead the mat on. I'm going to plead the mat on that one.
You gonna plead the mat on that one? Yeah.
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 I'm doing well, Jim. It's good to see you in the house, baby.
Yes, it's definitely good. And if you guys haven't donated, the Jim Crennan's, we still got the GoFundMe. It's, I know there's a lot of other things out there right now that you guys are probably all trying to help out with, but anything, every little bit will help. And the mama's awake and the dogs are raising Hades.
Right.
So,
Turd munchers are what I call
yeah,
mine.
yeah. Well, that's what they are. So,
That's exactly what they are.
but let's see. But let's see what
Putting
is
these
this.
links in here right quick.
Yeah, Chris, I don't know. You got off before, but Mel and I came back on last night
Did y'all? I
specifically
missed.
we came back on at the very end after the timer was up, and to thank you for all of this that you do when it comes
Oh,
to putting these links in. As we said on at the end of the show, you just volunteered to do this, and it is so appreciated that you do it.
it's not a
And
problem. It's for good things for good people, man. It's easy to
well,
do on mine.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I know Mel
Oh,
does
you're
for sure.
fair.
Judy is doing pretty good. She's she had a bad fall about a week and a half ago. That was about a week ago yesterday, as a matter of fact. She had a bad fall, and she's still pretty bruised up by it. And I was talking to my son from my first marriage on Skype, and all of a sudden I heard her just scream, and I thought, "Oh crap!" I knew what was going on.
No,
She's got a pretty bad bruise, but
just don't give her the wrong pain meds, and you'll be okay.
see, Mark says, my dad, who's in his 80s, calls toddlers tricycle motors. He owned a motorcycle business and repair shop for 50 years. Okay. Tricycle motors, yeah. Yeah, they are tricycle motors, yeah.
Mel says Lloyd likes to brag about stuff that happened when God was knee high to a grasshopper.
Mel, bite me.
That's a good one, Mel. That's a good one, man.
Bite me, Mel. He's only doing that because he's sitting over there. He can write crap in the chat instead of having to answer to me, so. Yeah, that's.
He never mentioned. Oh man, we done gone to Genesis. Brothers Cain and Abel now. You don't ever talk about them, eh, Mark?
That's what I think of you, Mel.
Oh, Mel.
Yeah, but yeah,
was
I've
gonna
lived
ask-
through. Do what?
I was going to ask Mel. He's not here tonight. He's listening though. Did you see where Ford and Chevrolet's going to merge together? You heard that rumor?
They are.
I think it's a joke, but it was pretty good one. I've been on it pretty hard till I kept reading. I never did gather that it was real or not, but
Ford
they
and
both
Chevy?
not a Ford and a Chevy.
A Ford and a Chevy.
Yeah, them Chevrolet guys been putting Ford motors in their stuff for years, just so they look good.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the way I am about Chevys. Okay, Chevys makes a great looking truck. They really do. They just don't make a great running truck. And then Dodge is the stepchild of all of them. I think
Yeah.
Dodge is the illegitimate brother.
I'm a Dodge guy, so I understand.
You're what? A Dodge guy? Did you say?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've had one, and
Bless
I've had
your
one
heart.
since 2002. Yeah, well, I got to drive it. It's paid for.
Yeah. Hey,
Ford Elay.
I am driving a '99 Ford F-150. And
See, I thought our company truck cars Fords, and they
Yeah.
drive them. They drive them. Now we trade them in. We used to trade them in 100, and now we go to 150 because do maintenance every 5,000-6,000 miles on them, and they seem to last. I mean, they hold up pretty well.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did. I forgot where I brought that up. I was discussing that in a chat. Phantom Hodge drones. Did anybody hear about those activists going to use the drones to stop aircraft from flying? I actually might have
Yeah.
talked about that on Oz by Drone Friday night because I brought that up before his internet
Speaking
went to
of.
crap. I mean, that poor guy. He was. Speaking of Oz by Drone, there he is. Wow, that sounded. Was that your
Still
door
there.
opening?
Yeah, I got company. Give me just about 2 minutes, and I'll be right back.
You go right ahead. I'll.
Talk about Heathrow because that reminded me of that movie that's coming out called The Angel Has Fallen.
Oh.
There's been London Has Fallen, and
Oh
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
credits.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I'll be
Yeah.
right back, y'all.
Okay. All right. I'll just take you out and bring myself in. Use this fancy graphics that I've got here for transition. Matt says, "Don't leave us alone with Lloyd." Yeah, whatever, Matt. Get over it. But yeah, there was the White House has fallen, London has fallen, and now the Angel has fallen. I'm not sure what that one is. And yeah, that is an awesome transition that Interactive DNA did for me. And he took your internet is looking better at the moment. Good, good. But let's see. Speaking of Oz by drone, yes, yeah, I was speaking of you. Because, yeah, I did see that where they were going to use the drones to try and interrupt the flow of traffic, you know. But, you know, that's the problem. These, oh my God, this is not the right channel for that. Well, you guys will have to tune in on Art's Place on Sunday afternoons at 2 o'clock Central. And then you can hear me really rant along with Art, you know. Art does his absolute best to keep me under control, and that's hard to do. Ask Mel, but or Claude, or anybody else who's been on a panel with me. Yeah, it's you grab a cross off the wall. What did I miss? Okay. So, Greg, is your internet running better now? Greg must have changed providers. Yeah. Unfortunately, he can't. You know, that's the problem with. But just so you people know, I did write the Prime Minister. I complained to him. He didn't listen to me, but I did complain. Well, maybe I did do some good, Greg. Maybe complaining to the Prime Minister helped you out. You know, I'll be glad to do it for you anytime. Just let me know when you need some more help. But she explained it was something to do with free will and Lucifer was kicked out of Hades. Oh, that's bad. But guys, I do apologize for not having it was like, okay, I went about my business. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was I know what you're talking about. I figured out what you're talking about. Yeah, there was some the show Lucifer on Netflix. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just not one of my. It's just not one of the things. Put down my coffee. Oh, yeah. You noticed I've got. You noticed what coffee cup I've got here, guys. It is a Rodney Bell Special. Very proud of that. And so, boy, it keeps it. I'm drinking tea out of it right now, but I figured there's enough nutcases out there. I don't need to be watching it on TV, you know. But yeah, anybody, you know, this is what ticks me off. They take something like a drone, and because for whatever reason, you know, life hasn't treated them nicely, so they're gonna take something that is meant to be fun and useful, and they're gonna use it to protest with and cause chaos because what, they can't get a job or something, or they choose not to get a job, you know, whatever. Yeah, like I said, that's why I'm the grumpy vlogger, because I gripe about stuff like that. Let's see, Telstra did a privacy complaint about the video where I call for support. They did a privacy complaint. No ruling yet, but I advised it was recorded at the start of the call, so I hope YouTube will tell them to stick it. Yeah. So they actually complained. The complaint was to YouTube. Oh man, they've got some. Yeah. You know, if they side with like Telstra or somebody like that, next thing you know, all those Pakistani scammers are going to be, no offense to any Pakistanis out there, but all those Mumbai scammers are going to be filing complaints with YouTube because somebody's scamming the scammer. Really? Yeah. God Almighty. Yeah. And if YouTube, all they got to do is watch it. You plainly state that you are recording it and putting it live on YouTube. And, geez. They must be desperate not to fix the internet, That's just sad that they're going to, go to YouTube and cry about a bunch of sissy girls, No offense to sissy girls out there, okay? I'm not judging. I see my co-host is back, so let's see if this will work again. Let's do the fancy transition. Look at that. I can watch that all day long. Look at that. Eagle's alive, man.
It's pretty slick, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he did some good work, and what I haven't seen is I know Grant's here. He must have fallen asleep or something. He was texting me, so he probably fell asleep. But that's typical for him. So he keeps me up all hours of the night talking, and he spends 15 minutes on my show and falls asleep.
Hey, above and beyond. What are you doing? See, I'm reading here. Mark had a lady approach him about flying his Spark.
Oh, really?
I told somebody. Yes, I'm reading
okay.
Reading the chat here. Texas is open carry, so I ain't too worried about people approaching me anymore.
Yeah, well, we're open carry here. We're open carry here, and in November we're constitutional carry. So.
Oh, y'all are.
Yes. Yep.
Did not know that.
Yes, we will be constitutional carry the 1st of November. Yep.
I'll be. Well,
I'm on
the fence about that one.
I am too, because here's my thing. I am all for the Second Amendment. I'm all for that. Can I put something in my window? I can. I'll tell you what. I forgot. I did everything else but that. Okay.
Oh, you put
in my background. Let me. Because I know what it is. It's driving him nuts. Let me see if I got an image here. That,
open carry for the win, Mark Rogers. Yes, sir.
Yeah. There we go. We'll do that right there. Give me just a second here, and I'll put...
Oh, yeah. I had to go. I had 2 kids hit my door here. You heard the door, didn't you? When they come in here?
Yeah.
Scared the living daylights out of it because I wasn't expecting it. They needed air in their bicycle tires, so.
Oh.
That was the delay there for me. I had to get some kids some air.
No, as a matter of fact, Greg, I can't put anything in the window right now because I'm one layer too deep onto it, and it's got to go in behind the window. And for some idiot reason, I made that background the very top layer, like not hit. Because for anybody that's never done anything like this, of course, this is a green screen. I can just let's see, where's my? I can't find it. Yeah, there it is, right there.
Let me talk about this right. Jim Hightower's got a question, Lloyd. Maybe you can help me right quick, but I believe constitutional carry is basically anybody can carry a gun. Is that right?
Anybody who is legally allowed to buy a hunting license can carry a gun. Right. Anybody who is legal to, in other words, you have to be over 21 to carry a pistol, over 18 to carry a rifle. You cannot be a felon. You cannot have been convicted of felony of any sort. You cannot drink and carry. You have to obey the same rules you would if you were, the only difference is you do not have to, a constitutional carry just says you have the right to carry a gun, and providing you're not a felon, you can, you can carry. And But yeah, let me see if I can do this real quick. Let me put this over here. And this
Well,
is what it
the
looks
race-
like. This is what it looks like without my green screen. So, I just go in here, I do this, and I go to this. Oops, I go to this. I just shut it off, and then, you know, then I can just cut back over there and see nothing's there, you know. And then if I want it back on, but unfortunately, I put that office back there. You know, I just ruined the magic. I know, but
Ah,
you know, it's
you're
still.
good.
And then I just go right there, and we're back at it, and that's that. So, but yeah, that's what a constitutional carry. Open carry means that, for example, up until 2 years ago, we were a concealed carry. You still have to have a handgun permit to carry a handgun under open carry or concealed carry, you know, but you have to have the gun permit. Okay, after November 1st, you no longer have to have the gun permit. You know, and here's my problem with it. Okay, I don't have a problem with anybody carrying open or concealed, and I know there's a bunch of people with different points of view, and I don't even have a problem with constitutional carry, but the problem I have is I see these guys and they're doing it for YouTube. They're doing what they call, there's some idiot up in Oklahoma City, a group. They're called, well, Matt, you may know who they are. They're the, let's see, OK2A group, okay? And it's Oklahoma Second Amendment group. And what they do is they get these pistols that have a modified buttstock on them that actually snaps over your forearm, but it looks like an assault rifle. It looks like a tactical rifle. And they go around and stand around in parks and carry it, you know, with kids around and everything. Okay, you know, to each their own. But why do you got to do? And they said they're doing it so that the police officers will approach them and then they can explain, oh, these are just pistols by law, you know.
Yeah. It's called. Oh crap! The word just left my mouth.
It's called Second Amendment audit. That's what they're calling
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and they're just they're just a bunch of idiots. Yeah, I agree. I'd like to pistol whip them too, you know, because they're ruining it for everybody. Because first, like Mel and I talked about this. If I carry, and I've had this discussion with, we had this discussion with Drone Worship. If I carry, you're not going to see it, or it's going to be fairly well hidden. Yeah, it's called morons, Greg. You're right. And because when that nutcase in the orange jumpsuit with the or the nutcase with the orange colored hair comes into the theater and starts shooting you up, if I'm the guy with my gun out there looking like John Wayne, they're going to shoot me first. I want a chance to get under the seat and shoot back.
Roger that. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I do not have to
Right.
have my gun hanging out to show that I can use it.
You'll be glad to know the next time you come through Texas that if you want to shoot hogs, you don't have to have a hunting license no more.
It's
No
just
wild
about that
hog.
way here. Those
They've
things
done
have,
away with
Yeah.
that part.
yeah, those
And
hogs have become a nuisance.
the red light cameras are now, as they wrote this morning, are no longer valid. Red light cameras are done in Texas.
Red light cameras.
Starting
What are
probably.
those?
If you run a slow yellow, and you hit that red, they're gonna take a picture of your license plate and send you a ticket in the mail.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you told me that because I've been known to run a yellow or two.
We all have.
Yeah,
We all
I'm bad about running yellows, except when I'm in Tulsa. When I'm in Tulsa, you run a yellow, they will give you a red. They will give you a ticket. The city of Tulsa
Run a
will
yellow.
ticket you. Yeah, for running a yellow. You know.
That's all.
Yeah, I caused a lady. I caused a lady to run a red light the other day. We was going down, and I was going the speed limit, and she was, but she was wanting to. We were coming up and getting ready to turn into the double turn lane so we could turn left. Well, she wanted to cut over quicker than I was moving, so she started to cut me. She was riding my tail, so I thought, not a problem. Tap, tap, tap on my brakes, lit up my brake lights. She slams on hers, and then I gave her a special salute. And because I didn't do anything until she honked on her horn, and she's doing this. Now she's supposed to be driving, and she's waving her hands and just, So I just kind of gave her the, showed her that she was number one in my books, and and then she sped around me and stomped on the gas, and she read that because I stopped, because with all that going on, then I stopped at the red light, or I stopped at the light, and she got stuck behind me, and she was ticked off and shot around me, cussing me the whole way. So it's my fault. She ran the red light. I mean,
that'll be one of those that has constitutional carry here in a couple months.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why sometimes constitutional carry is not always a good idea. There's people that don't. Yeah, because that's what it would be. She would blame me because she chose to run a red light. I mean, it was, it was bright red. This was not yellow, because I stopped as it was turning yellow. There's no point, But ticked her off, and she shot around me into the other lane. And she was, what can I say?
Gotcha.
She was, man. She was just riding my tail, trying to get in there quicker. And it's like, nah. I just tapped on my brakes 3 times real quick. I heard her lock them up, and she just, just lit them lights up. She was ticked up.
That's one of the warning signals you're supposed to use, is your brake lights.
Yeah, your brake lights, and she was right on me, and
it
was uncalled for. They have
was you doing your vlog? Was you doing your vlog when you did that?
Actually, I think I was.
Oh, awesome. You gotta put it up. You gotta put it up. That's my oldest son.
Yeah. Yeah. Come to think of it, I was doing it. And Mr. Lovelady has slipped in, and also let me say hi to Mr. President Roosevelt has arrived. So
Fly Natural coming in.
Fly Natural came in. I saw him today. I've been so busy trying to get this all set up, because Nay was nice enough to fix it for me, that I did not have time to get on any streams today. And I had a dental appointment this morning, so I caught a little bit here and there, and I saw that. Let's see, you were on somebody's, was it Claude's show that you were on? Roosevelt? I think it was Claude's show.
Yeah, I seen Claude there after lunch.
Yeah, okay.
Turned over.
Yeah. Him and Steve Carpenter and even Dennis Lovelady, they're all starting to get around a lot, getting onto these shows. And how much time have we wasted so far? We've done an hour, Chris.
You've done an hour, and you'll be honest with you, I got some stuff I need to go do here for dark.
Yeah, well, I was just fixing to say, why don't we just go ahead and I'll just kick it over to the. I appreciate you coming in, Chris. I'm gonna go ahead and kick the timer on, and in our area we got someone in the government that loves roundabouts, putting them everywhere. Yeah, we've got one in Tulsa, one roundabout in Tulsa, and that keeps everybody confused. I think they thought one was enough. I think there's people still stuck on there, started on there like the first year they opened it up. They haven't figured out how to get off yet, so they've been driving around there for 30 years. But anyways, so Chris, I appreciate you coming in. It wasn't last minute notice, but it was a last day notice, and I know Mel appreciates it. Appreciates you coming in for him. And guys, I'm going to call it a night. I think I want to kick on the timer and visit in the chat. And Chris, you have a good one, and do what you got to do, and I'll let you go. And Let me see
And
if I can.
everybody in the chat that said this, that, and the other, I appreciate it very much. It's good visiting with every one of y'all. Y'all
Yes,
are
yeah.
family.
That's it, man.
I'm
This
sure.
is a family that we got here, and I am so privileged to have this bunch of guys as friends and family. You know, it really is. So,
Yep.
and if I missed anybody, you know, in there tonight, I apologize. I got Dennis and I got Roosevelt, Phantom, Thunderbird 6, of course, Osby Drone. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let me bring that up first, and I'm going to use this fancy transition. Chris, you have a good one, my friend.
You too, Lloyd. Thanks,
And
everybody.
all right, thank you, everybody. You guys, see you guys on one of the shows this week, I'm sure. All right, you take care. I'm the Grumpy Vlogger, and this is my co-host Chris Hope. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Let me figure if I can do it. There we go. All right, I'm going to shut the auto off, and we will be ready to go. Have fun, guys.
Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the adieu and kindly view me on YouTube.
Okay, I've got to fix that stupid thing. All right, Jody, you have a good night. Good night to everybody. I don't know what I did wrong with that. I got the wrong. Anyways, but yeah, Dennis, that was. Sounded like I was snoring. I probably was. Yeah. I'm about to fall asleep, man. I've had a long day, but and the countdown starts again. Definitely snoring. Yeah, I don't know. I got the. Is the stinger set up wrong? I've got it set up to automatically play, and it's supposed to transition, and so I've got to figure out how to fix that. So it worked fine when I was working with it, but now all of a sudden it doesn't work. So, anyways, Steve Carpenter, thank you. Jody, thank you for coming in. Thanks everybody. No, it's not your fault this time, Grant. So I will get with you on TeamSpeak, my friend, and we'll catch up later. So anyways, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to call it a night. It has been one heck of a day, and thanks again for everybody who came in, all right? And y'all take care. Always forget to do that.